Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon in the flesh with another legendary video, capping off your lovely Wednesday with a lovely AEW Dynamite review. Thank you guys for coming through and showing your love and support. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notification bells. More importantly, let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty. Everything's so saucy in the land of professional wrestling. And thank you guys for making this your go-to channel for weekly wrestling breakdowns, hot takes, and everything under between. More importantly, appreciate you guys keeping that stride as we heading towards 5,000 subscribers. But let's go ahead and top that and get it close to 10,000 subscribers. More importantly, you guys are amazing, and I appreciate you guys for always showing love and support. But tonight, for Wednesday night, we got the AEW Dynamite review, which was live from the Ontario, California for July 2nd, 2025. More importantly, it had so much going into AEW's All In Texas. It looked like it's going to be a stacked card. And more importantly, tonight, for the people that's live in California, they get the double header show as they get Dynamite and Collision. So Collision is going to be pre-taped. Some people may leak it. Some people may even get all footage. But if you're a really die-hard fan, just stay tuned for that weekend coming up, which they will have available Collision. But in overall, let's go ahead and get into the actual show. Appreciate you guys coming through. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and dive into everything that took place with AEW's Dynamite. We had a phenomenal show with everything that took place, but we kicked it off with the Hangman Adam Page, number one contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, the end-all be-all, the most important championship in the land of professional wrestling when it comes to All Elite Wrestling. More importantly, he came out for a promo, and he basically stated about everything about taking risk, putting his life on the line, his career on the line, even the sacrifice of his health, to do anything and everything he possibly can do to become the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. But I gotta take it from this point, the promo was good. It delivered a lot of key points. He was serious about what he felt, and he was heartfelt from the heart when he came to this promo. And overall, it was good for what it was. But of course, the Death Riders had to interrupt everything as we had Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir make their way down. And of course, Moxley dismissed all the aspirations, basically got straight to the point. He even put a dig at CM Punk and so many different things. It's like pretty much AEW continues to fall off their tracks. Every single time they get one step forward, they fall 10 steps back. Don't even mention WWE. Be in your own lane, continue to be the alternative, because they were doing great with the aspirations of how things have been running smoothly with AEW, and the direction they're going right now fits the bill of how things have been going directly with AEW. But of course, things break down very quickly as we end up having more members of the Death Riders come down, including Powerhouse Hobbs, Samoa Joe coming as backup, Shibata even came down there as well. And they supported Hangman Adam Page when it came to everything that he was going to go for. And of course, Moxley ended up agreeing to a Texas death match, which was issued out by Hangman Adam Page, which that match is going to be bloody, is going to basically be a lot of sequence, is going to be everything that you asked for. But the cherry on top was when Hangman Adam Page left a message. And he ended up taking on Marina Shafir with a buckshot lariat. I never seen a pop so loud when it came to that overall feel. Hangman is the man to do the job, and he did it with poise, leaving nothing unturned. Anybody can get it when it comes to Hangman Adam Page. He literally burned down Swerve Strickland's house for All Out, and he pretty much will take any path he can to get the AEW World Heavyweight Championship back. Then we finally get to the action. The TBS Championship's on the line as we have Mercedes Moné, Mrs. CEO, who's covering all her bases, winning multiple championships, as she was able to defeat Mina Shakira Kakawa in a decent match. We had Tony Storm that was out there ringside with Luther, and so much more. But where things got intriguing, ladies and gentlemen, was where Mercedes Moné blindsided Mina afterwards, put the beat down and attack on her. Tony Storm went to go check on her, but then she was blindsided and got clocked with the TBS championship from behind, and Mercedes put the beat down on her. Then she rolled out to the ringside. She was checking on a celebration cake of everything that was going on, and she threw champagne at Luther's face. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this women's division that continues to stand the test of time. This is building up higher and higher when it comes to this actual importance of this AEW Women's Championship. Mercedes is cutting all corners to be the true heel that she originally was when she was in WWE as Sasha Banks. This is coming off her NXT run kind of style heel. And I'm loving it. She's getting a little bit more dirtier, a little bit more grittier, the way how she carries herself. And she's doing a great job, just from my own personal opinion. Then we get to the Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, who rose up in a limo, and they sport off their brand new sneakers, joking that it was all on Tony Khan's dime, which was a kind of little joke, but it was cool. It was cool from my own personal opinion. Then they visit their old stomping grounds, talking about there at the elementary school, and they even went to go grab some In-N-Out burgers. One of the best burgers you could possibly get on the West Coast. And I can tell you guys from my personal menu, it's a 3x3, grilled onions, extra toasted, and you can't go wrong when it comes to that actual meal. But in overall, let's get back to the actual portion of the wrestling. They even talk about their childhood home. They found it smaller than they remember, and so much more. But the promo was cool. There was a lot of back forth story behind it, and they talked about their California roots and so much more. Then we got to the number 2 entry, Casino Gauntlet for All In, and MJF was able to defeat the likes of Brody King, Anthony Bowens, and AR Fox. It was everything that you could have asked for and more. With twists and turns, MJF was able to get the victory with a submission. But where things came off the rails, Mark Briscoe music hits. He tells MJF straight to what the point is. He said, meet him in the ring next week without the rest of the Hurt Syndicate for a little chatter and a talk. When it comes to Mark Briscoe, you know he's about fighting more than talking. So MJF better hold up what he got in store. He might try to sucker punch him, but we got to stay tuned to see what happens. So the number 1 and number 2 guy in the Gauntlet at All In is going to meet up next week. But you know, when it comes to the stipulation of the Gauntlet, whoever wins is next in line for the AEW World Championship. It means the winner gets a shot in a later date. Then we get to more of that situation because the Hurt Syndicate is down there as well. As the Speed Jets, Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight came out to challenge Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin for the Tag Team Championship. They said they were taken out multiple times but kept getting back up. Kevin said they would have to learn how to kill them before they beat them. He also mentioned that Benjamin's mom, he also taught that she taught him how to fight. Kind of put a little bit of dig into it, a lot of back and forth. But then the brawl got underway as things broke down from there. Then we get to that singles action underway as we had the Heroes versus Villains stipulation presented by Superman. It was Konosuke Takeshita, the Young Bucks of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, defeating the likes of Bandito, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. The Paragon continue to lose each and every single week. Tony, what are you doing with the Paragon? They become a laughing stock. I understand everybody can get the wins as usual, but those are your top guys that you really want to take away from WWE, and now you have nothing for them, and you have them losing each and every single week. Bandito's been losing too, and he's your Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. We need to find a solution when it comes to what you are doing with your boys, because those are your top priority guys that you want to stick around with AEW. But I guess because you locked them into a new contract that you was like, this is just that rub of flavor of the month has rubbed off. Even with Adam Cole being in the background, being a TNT champion, but we haven't seen him defend the title in such a while. and we don't know what's going on with that story. If he's cleared to wrestle, or he's just rehabbing and taking a little bit day by day, because we already know his history of health problems. Then we get to Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, who hit the ring to attack Nicholas and Matthew Jackson after the match. Swerve says they want the EV job title on the line at All In. Matthew Nicholas declines, but then Will Ospreay sweetens the pot and says if the Young Bucks win, neither nor him or Swerve Strickland would challenge for the AEW championship for 1 year. So you know the Young Bucks, they agreed to it, they were okay with it, and they said, it's on. Then we got to the next stipulation presented by Superman with the heroes and villains. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland in tag team action gelling together to defeat the likes of the Beast Mortis and Drilistico. Their match was good. It was good stuff. It was everything you could have asked for tag team action on Dynamite in California. The crowd was into it, and there's nothing more less that you could have got from it. And I had enjoyed the overall feel of the show for Dynamite. Then we got to the main event, which was Kazuchika Okada defending his likes against a New Japan foe, Kota Ibushi. This match was everything that you could have asked for and more. These boys put on a clinic. It was strong style to the max. I recommend for you guys to actually check out that match. They put on a clinic, the chops, the moves, the onslaught. But Okada came off victorious in this match, and it was good for the was. But where things got intriguing, Okada, Archer, and Rocky Romero put the beat down on Ibushi. Then things got more intriguing as Kenny Omega ran down to make the save with a chair. Trent Beretta tried to come behind. Omega took the baton and took him out. And then they caught him with a deliberate power bomb into a German suplex, which was amazing to see the Golden Lovers back together. And they took out Trent Beretta. And they end the show with hugging each other, embracing, and then the show went off the air. But there you guys have it for this week's edition for AEW Dynamite. It was everything and more in a bag of chips, as it was simultaneously on the Max and as well as the TBS network. It had a whole lot that was going on. The show was good. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. It was actually better than Monday Night Raw this following week. The action was good. The storylines continue to keep me invested. More importantly, this week's edition was great for what it was. I know a lot of people that actually were there in the show. I was supposed to attend the show, but a couple of things happened behind the scenes. But other than that, I was still able to catch up and then see what was going on with the show. But other than that, I appreciate you guys coming through. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful Wednesday night. Post your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get the engagement up for this actual video. Let's talk professional wrestling. More importantly, if you're new here, subscribe. And if you made it to the end of the video, you are a true trooper. Until the next episode, I'll catch you guys later. I'm your host, DaVon, with another edition of AEW Dynamite. And don't forget to check out my other weekly wrestling content and results. Until the next episode, I'll catch you guys later. Y'all have a great night. Peace.